Good morning, good afternoon. I never know what time of the day it is, nor what day it is. It is I, Dr. Renee, and my lovely, lovely friend, which we can have names up here possibly if Dr. Renee knows what she's doing. Can you tell that this is a one-man show, everybody? This is Dr. Kelly. So, Dr. Kelly, how are you doing today while I sit here and do my watch
wonderful.
Party?
So, girl, I started the Whole30 lifestyle on Tuesday with my brothers. So I'm doing it. My brothers and both of their wives are also doing it. It's a family affair. And I have my bottle of water. Can you see, Dr. Renee? And I'm down to 1 o'clock. So I'm going to the bathroom every like 10 minutes.
No, but you know, let me tell you, because you know I drink a gallon of water a day when I'm on my game. I'll be very honest with you that you get very used to it, and all of a sudden you don't have that problem anymore.
Oh, I look forward to that day.
Yeah.
So I'm doing that, and oh my God, Renee, the first day I had a headache for the entire day. I think I told you about that.
No, and then because no carbs.
Because no carbs,
sugar,
right?
No carbs, no sugar. That is one of the worst headaches too.
And then after that is the cravings. I went to the grocery store to get some stuff, and like literally the Diet Coke and the Cheetos were talking to me. They were like, buy me, Kelly.
What were they
saying? Buy me, Kelly, buy me. But today's day 4, I think. And I'm doing well. I went for my walk this morning, did some fasted cardio. So I'm looking forward to having a productive day.
Awesome. Yeah, so I have gotten back on my game as far as my eating correctly. And so far, so great. I think I've lost like 4 or 5 pounds this week. So I'm happy.
Yay.
So I just have to, and I'm looking forward to my apple that I'm going to eat as soon as we finish today. The funny thing is, that's like my snack is this. I cut up pieces of apple, and it could take me a day to eat a whole apple, as in like eat a few slices today and slices tomorrow. But that's what I do. I eat. That's my little thing. And when I ate it, I felt good. I was like, oh my God, I remember this. It was delicious. But you know, I've been looking at pictures, and I'm like, Lord, I can't come out of pandemic looking crazy. I was like, oh Lord, my face, I got to get it back right. So I have to, my sister and I both are like, we got to get it back together.
Yes.
So I'm back. Well, I intermittent fast. I'm pretty good with that all the time anyway. So I'm intermittent fasting. And so I get to eat now. It's 12:30. So I eat between 12 and 8. So I'm going to eat. And God help us that the scale keeps being friendly. So this week, Nick Cannon, or I think it was this week, Nick Cannon interviewed B. Simone, and she's a comedian, if you're not familiar with her. And she, as a matter of fact, I think she was one of the girls on that
Girls
little
Trip.
Kim show.
Yeah. Like the carnival. Yep.
Yes. So this is the clip. I'm going to play it, you guys, and then we will share our thoughts. So here we go.
I'm gonna do this. Be Simone.
So I can't know who the guy is, but the guy has to know he's coming on a date with you.
Yes, of course. Now I need to hear the prerequisites. I need to hear what do they have to have. Tall, older. What's
older. He can't have a 9 to 5.
What? Why not? You don't want to have an honest job.
I mean, he could be a hustling entrepreneur.
So you want him to be you want CEO status?
Yes.
Okay, he can't clock in and clock out.
No.
Damn,
I think entrepreneurs should date entrepreneurs.
Okay, but still, there's people who have really good jobs with vocational skills. If he's
okay. So
but no, you're not gonna.
That's that. So Kelly, I didn't see nothing wrong with what she said. I understood exactly what she said. You need someone who understands your lifestyle. And to be very honest, this lifestyle is insane. I remember there was one guy that, because, you know, when we're not in a pandemic, I don't tend to be home. And he just had issues with me leaving every 5 minutes. And I'm like, excuse me? And just felt like I should be up under him.
How do you mean leaving every 5 minutes? You mean you were out
getting on a plane, traveling.
Okay.
And I'm like, I don't want to be up under anyone. And I really don't want anyone up under me. So I was like, well, this is clearly not going to work because I'm not going to not do what I do because you have issues with me, traveling.
That issue might run a little deeper than you just being an entrepreneur. He seems to have a different attachment style. I think we talked about this before, Dr. Renee, but like maybe he was someone that needed a little bit more reassurance in the relationship, a little bit more like that quality time to feel loved in the relationship. What do you think?
Well, we wasn't all that just then. So therefore you need I was real good about my time when I was in town. Okay. You were late consistently. Well, yeah, so look, how much do you value my time? Here I'm here and I'm saying, okay, let's do this.
Right. So you're right.
No. Yeah. So
I don't know. I have mixed feelings about what she said. So I do think that she has the right to choose whoever she wants. Like some men want a woman of a certain hue. Some other men want women of a certain size. So if she wants a man who is an entrepreneur, then why are we dogging her out for that? I do understand her reasoning in that you want someone who understands her lifestyle. She talks about she wants someone to understand her being up at 3 a.m. I don't want to be up at 3 a.m. ever, but if that's her lifestyle, she wants someone that can roll with that, So I do get that. But I guess my issue with it is that really super important when you're looking for someone to be with? You're looking for a mate. Like, what are the things that you look for, Dr. Renee? Is one of the things they need to be an entrepreneur? Like, how important is that? What about the man's values and character and beliefs and how they align with yours?
Okay, so funny thing is that for many years, I said he had to be a doctor.
Well, hell no. Well, I mean, I wouldn't mind that, but like, you want another one of us for real?
Jesus, she not turning nobody down.
No, we're not.
No. Okay, so that was my thing for many years. Then it was he had to match me in degrees. I was a dumb child, okay, young and dumb. And I was so serious about this too. But I have met many degreed people that are dumber than a box of rocks. I quickly figured out that was just ridiculous. I mean, there's high school graduates that got more knowledge than some of the doctors that I had to talk to, because they just don't have, there's a reason why some of us are scientists. There is a true reason. Some of us just are scientists and belong in a lab by ourselves. They don't belong even with patients. No, there was a guy in med school with us that I said he is going to find the cure to cancer to all of them because he belonged in the lab by himself because his socialization skills just sucked. So I didn't know how he would be able to find a mate because socialization was just not his thing. So like I said, I think there's a reason that some of us are scientists. So yes, I've moved past all of that. I need somebody that does understand my lifestyle because it is insane. And I know it's insane and I need you to understand it's insane. And I need you to be okay with it. I give a reference to one of my favorite shows, Married at First Sight. Like she sleeps late and he gets up early and it was a real conflict, especially if y'all in the same bed. That could be very
that would not work for me because I'm not a morning person. So in the morning, there are 2 times that I will not talk to anyone. One is when I'm in the morning, when I get up in the morning and I'm so sleepy, and when I get home in the evening and I'm eating. If I'm eating if I'm having my dinner after work, like even my own mother, I'm not going to talk to her. Like I'll call her back when I'm done with my meal. My mother knows not to call me in the morning either because I'm not a morning person. Obviously, when I have children, that will have to change. But for right now, in the morning, I'm not used to myself.
Yeah, I'm not a morning person either. So I get that. And I sleep hard. But folks that don't sleep hard.
Like me, I'm a light sleeper.
Yeah, so folks that don't sleep hard, if you get with someone who sleeps light, I mean, who gets up earlier than you do, and you don't sleep hard, then that can disrupt the life, you know. So little things like that. But I need somebody who's honest. You got to be honest, because lying is just unexcusable, and I just can't stand a liar.
However, Dr. Renee, I was told by a male mentor of mine who was older and married, so nothing shady, and he said that all men lie at the beginning of a relationship. They either lie by omission or they try to make themselves seem a little bit more than what they are. So I've accepted that there might be some, but when it comes to full-on blatant lies, I'm with you. I'm with you. That's the go. Because if you lie about something, people have lied to me. You know my story.
The guy I told you about who lied about being Nigerian. And that was like, so what happened was we met online and then we talked on the phone and he had a very clear Nigerian accent. But when I asked you, because he went to University of Nigeria, I think that's the name of the school. And I was like, no, I mean, you know, I'm not trying to be funny or anything, but I think that was the name of the school. And so when he said that that's where he went to school, I go, oh, are you Nigerian? I just don't know many Americans that go to the University of Nigeria. That was why I asked. Was that a dumb question? I didn't think so. Well, he said he wasn't. Okay, that's fine too. But when we talked on the phone, it was very, very clear he had a Nigerian accent. And unless he picked it up because, you know, I can do accents, then you, and so then I said, I'm really confused. You have a very strong Nigerian accent. And he's like, oh, you know, I'm not Nigerian. My mother's Nigerian and she made me move back there and I grew up there. My dad's American. I go, no, you're Nigerian and you're American. You're Nigerian. Like, so I told him this isn't going to work because you lied about something so small. That was stupid. Why are you lying about something that is so, you know what I mean? It's insignificant, really, I think. But he lied about that. And I said, if you would lie about that, then Lord, I don't know what else you'll lie about. So I was out.
Remember the guy that I met who week after week, somebody in his life broke their foot? And I was like, he has a broken foot anointing on his life. Everybody that he touches, that he lays hands on, breaks their feet to get out of calling back or seeing me every week. Somebody broke their foot. Like that's a dumb lie. Like men and ladies, if you lie, please remember your lies so that you don't use the same lie.
Don't use them again.
No. So I'm with you. Yeah. Honesty is a really important value.
Huge thing. Also, I realized a long time, well, not that long ago, but I guess a long time ago, you need to believe in God. Okay, so I can't do the agnostic or the atheist. You have to believe in God. Now, I am a Christian. I'm Episcopalian. I'm a practicing Episcopalian. I actually do participate in church service and in the church very frequently. But so I don't think necessarily has to be Episcopalian, but you have to believe in God because I know I wouldn't be who I am without him. And if you think that I personally had something to do with all this, then we might have issues. I'm serious. I mean, not to mention the fact that my mom's a priest, but I'm like, he has to be Christian. You have to believe in God. There was a guy, bless his heart, but I was so grateful, but I was grateful to him. So we met on an app and then we went out on a date and it was great chemistry, So we went on a date the next day because I was out of town as usual. So we went out again the next day because I was leaving again. So I come home and we're talking on the phone and girl, in the first day he said he doesn't have any hope because hope is scary and he doesn't like to be scared or something. Then he said, I hope your ambition rubs off on me. That was the second day. And then the third day was he doesn't have any faith or something like that. So I was like, oh, this is over. I'm done. We're good. I was done because those three things were like, okay. But this man, mind you, said he believed in God. I go, well, then what God do you believe in? Because I'm so confused.
Wow.
So I had to let that go. I was like,
I hear you. So I don't know, like
So what are your values? I think those were two. I'm trying to think of a third, but go ahead. You say yours, and maybe I'll think
like you said, when I think about core values, things that come to mind: faith, family, and faith and family are important. So for me, I'm close to my family. My brothers and I are like really good friends.
Right.
So I would prefer someone who also has a good relationship with their family, because they know that mine come along with me. Like they said, when you marry someone, you marry their family too, right? My family, they aren't overbearing at all. Like they don't interfere, so don't worry about that. But someone who believes in family, someone who believes in faith. Faith is super important for me as a Christian. I need someone who, and it shapes my behavior, it shapes my decisions, my actions, or at least I try to let it shape those things. So I need someone who's also striving for that level of intimacy with God in all areas of their life. And like you said, honesty is super important for me. Like one thing I don't tolerate is lying about like small stuff. And even if you do lie, like we all lie, we all do it, right? Even if you do lie and I catch you, own up to it. What would really piss me off is if I catch you in a lie and you try to do that spinning, that like flip the script thing that people do, and then it becomes my issue, done. And then one of the last things that I would say is reciprocity. Reciprocity in relationships is super important. We women, we Black women, we are super women. We try to run the world. And sometimes we try to run our own relationships, meaning we're the ones calling, we're the ones planning all the dates. I remember being in a long distance relationship once, thank God that's over, where I was the one who was like, oh my God, if you don't come see me this week, I'm not going to see you for a month. Please come see me. So like, and I was the one doing all of that, like, and not getting that back. So now for me, and even if it's a friendship, like there must be reciprocity. We both must put equal energy into the relationship.
I agree. That makes perfect sense. I know what my third thing is. My third thing is I need somebody who can make decisions. I am not indecisive by any stretch of the imagination, but I make decisions from the time I get up to the time I go to bed, because I don't have a boss. The boss is the lady in the mirror. And so I need somebody who will take the wheel, and I'm comfortable with you taking the wheel because I know you're not going to steer somewhere crazy, and just go. So if I tell, perfect example, I was going to go out with someone and I told them, these are my allergies. This is where I'm going to be coming from. Pick a place in between, this place and that place. And this is what I can't eat. And that person couldn't make a decision. And I should have known to not waste my time because he couldn't make a decision. And so that was over quickly because I'm like, this isn't hard. As a matter of fact, he called me when I was at the place before I was going to meet him and hollered at me. Woman, I'm trying. Oh my God. I don't know you like that to be yelling at me. Not to mention no one should be yelling at me. I'm not going to yell at you, but he yelled at me and I was like, oh my God, you can't make a decision. This wasn't a hard thing to do. I told you exactly where I was. You could just type in, there's all sorts of restaurants that don't serve, that serve seafood, but have other options on the menu. I mean, there's all sorts of things to get around. I eat at restaurants all the time. So, girl, I was like, you can't make a decision. That's a problem. Life is just not that complex. I need you to be the man and make the decision. I'm okay to submitting to someone. I can be submissive, but you got to be leading, and you weren't leading. Following me is not leading. So if I'm making all the decisions, then Lord, I might as well just have another me, and I'm good. So that is really big with me, is that you have to be able to lead, to actually lead the family. Decide. Like I can, we decide that we're going to go on this trip. I am a planner. I'm a Virgo. I can plan the trip and all, and I don't mind that. But I need you to take, just certain things. I just need you to just make a decision. Like dates, make a decision, and you decide this is what we're going to do. Okay, I'm good. Mm-hmm. And so, so that is huge with me. That bothers me to no end when people, even when I have girlfriends that can't make decisions. I hate when people are
that might be me. I'm like, I don't know what I want to eat. I don't know anything.
I'm like, just decide. But yeah, so that's really big with me. But it's horrible that the internet is tearing up poor B Simone for her decision. I think that's her choice. She's not looking at 9-to-5ers. Okay.
I think people were offended because they were like, yo, 3 years ago, you had a 9-to-5 job. You know, why are you like dogging out people who have a 9-to-5?
But she didn't dog them. She didn't dog them. She said that's not who she prefers to date. Because let's think about it. If he has a 9-to-5, that means he has to go to bed at a certain time so that he can get up and go to work. Because let's be honest, most people have a 1 or 2 hour commute to work, right? So he got to get up early to shower, So he probably getting up at 6 o'clock in the morning. But if I just got, because she's a comedian, if I just got home from the club at 2, 3 in the morning, and then you getting up at 6 in the morning, when are we actually going to be able to spend time together? We were both awake and alert.
But do you think she was talking about just that compatibility or talking about the mindset of someone who has a 9-to-5 versus the mindset of someone who is a small business owner?
I think it is all of that together. But I mean, because there is a different, entrepreneurs are crazy. And most 9-to-5 people are very straight-laced. So it is very difficult.
Then you have folks like me who are straddling both
fences, right? Straddling the fence. And so that's what I'm saying. People that are in both lanes, and even she said somebody who was going there.
A hustling entrepreneur. Said a hustling entrepreneur, yeah.
So she said, he could have a job and have a side hustle and be on his way to being an entrepreneur. But no, I get it. I mean, I know that I have a friend who does not date entrepreneurs. She has a philosophy that he has to, what is her philosophy? He has to have a regular check coming in or something like that. And I'm like, okay, but if he's doing his stuff right,
there will be regular check coming in.
I get paid I get paid all sorts of different days of the month, but I get paid. So I don't know. And that was her. And she's always been like that too. Like, she's like, I go, well, it sounds like he's doing very well.
I guess some people need that stability, knowing that, there's something
Kelly,
always coming back.
What I keep trying to show her is that there is no stability in that anymore. Back in the day when my parents, first started working, you stayed at your job for 30 years and retired from it.
No one does that anymore.
No one does that anymore. These people will let you go at the blink of an eye.
And even as a doctor, like the whole, I honestly thought that being in medicine, practicing as a physician gave you job security and stability. It does not. And this COVID-19 pandemic has shown that to me. Even during a pandemic, doctors have been furloughed and have lost their jobs. So even that is not a sure thing.
Right. And so I'm like, no, I wouldn't. That's not a sure bet anymore. So I know. And so my friend, like I said, this is her philosophy. I think it's a crazy philosophy because it's not a sure bet. And then if you're dating someone and they have all this investment property and that's their gig, well, that money is going to keep coming in. Mm-hmm. So, you know what I mean? So I don't, I'm like, okay, that's your preference. And that's my thing. If that's her preference, I get it. That's good. And honestly, because she is a comedian, that is a crazy life. Because think about it. Those people are on the road a lot, to get paid to go to, to do their comedy stuff. Mm-hmm. And then comedy shows ain't during the day, they're at night. So look, if you come home from work and then I'm leaving to go to work, like I said, when are we going to see each other to be able to have a conversation? When I'm awake and you're awake too. Because I'll talk when I'm sleepy, but let me just tell you, I may not remember what I've said. I may not remember what you said. So it's just best that we both be actually alert and have a conversation. But, but kudos to Simone because she is killing the game. She just came out. She's only 30. So, so kudos to her. And like we said, she was on Girls Trip. She was on Girlfriends Check-In, which is on OWN every Saturday. It's 4 women sit there and they're quarantining like the rest of us. And they got 4 boxes on the screen and they talk. And so it's been a really great show. She was on the episode that Lonnie Love hosted.
Okay.
But yeah, so that's it. And that's all. So you guys know that this is week 14 of COVID-19 updates. And in case you didn't know, there was a peak because, of course, the protesters and Memorial Day. So 20 states have seen peaks. So I'm just sitting tight to just see what happens. I have a sick suspicion they're going to have to shut it down again if the numbers get too out of control.
Renee, I think so too, but I hope not.
I mean, look, we scientists. That's the whole science thing. I listened to Dr. Fauci the other day. It ain't looking good, y'all. I'm just going to tell you, it ain't looking good. You can go watch it online. Good Morning America's episode. I believe it was Wednesday's episode with Robin Roberts, and it ain't looking good. So, you know, protesters are wearing their masks, but just like he said, it's the social distancing that's most important.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to tell you guys, Dr. Kelly has a really great book. It's called
Bounce Back to Better You, Recovering from the Disappointment of a Failed Relationship. You can find it at drkellysbook.com, drkellysbook.com.
So Dr. Kelly's book, please, you guys, go check it out. Because we were talking about relationships today, this is a good book for that. That's what she was talking about, your attachment style in the book. Alrighty, then. We will see you later.
Oh, Dr. Renee, like the video, share the video, and also follow Dr. Renee on YouTube.
Yes, my YouTube is scrolling. You guys, I need less than 1,200 hours to get my checks from YouTube. I think we can get this done by July. Today's only the 12th. So thank you. Bye.